Villa on Instagram saying, I am 31 years old and I've never voted. Brian, you will get my first ever vote. Hashtag Brian for Mayor. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. Again, go right now to brianformayor.london/postal. Lock that vote in right now. Seriously, do it right now. If you are not registered to vote, go to votefirst.london. You can register in 5 minutes, and let's make this happen on May 6th. Thank you very much. I got Lucas on Instagram saying, Brian, what do you feel gives you an edge over any other candidate? Honestly, it's the transparency. It's the fact that I'm willing to have these discussions with you right now. It's the fact that I don't run and I don't hide when one of the citizens approaches me of London and tells me their problems and concerns. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't very pleasant being on the other side of Adam in Ealing being so angry. It was an uncomfortable experience. And I could have easily run and hide and got back on my bus. But I was in the moment and I thought, you know what? This is why being the mayor of London is a challenging job, because it's my job to listen. It's my job to hear the anger and frustration of every single citizen and then do something about it. And so I sat there and I listened with Adam. Even though I wasn't the cause of his frustration, I could be the solution of his frustration. And on May 6th, I plan on being the solution. And so that's what makes me different than anybody else. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to engage with anyone on the streets. I'm willing to engage with you digitally. And I'm willing to be honest and transparent. Honestly, in addition to that, we've got the best ideas out there, because I've taken ideas from both sides of the aisle. I've taken ideas, whether you're from Labor or Conservative or Lib Dems, the best idea wins, and that's why people from all parties are helping me behind the scenes to move these policies forward. Let me take a couple more questions, and I want to get back to my final piece. I got Joe Simon on Instagram, says, Brian, I hope you keep making these streams when you win. Yes, I will. We're going to keep streaming from City Hall. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep engaging with you. That's the only way we can do this, and we're going to do this together. This is not Brian's job. This is all of our job as Londoners to take London to the next level, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to require sacrifices and hard work from all of us. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is, but I believe when we put all of our minds together and we sacrifice, we can make London the best city in the world. I'm confident we can do that. I've got Pawsey on YouTube, said Brian for Mayor is a no-brainer. Thank you. And I've got Surf and Protect on Instagram, says, I will move back to the UK just to vote for you. Greetings and good luck from Germany. Thank you, Surf. I appreciate that. Let me finish with my final point. And my final point is this. I know how to rebuild London. And the reason I know how to rebuild London is because I have 30 years of experience in business. Now, we've recently seen our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, give us a few dates. And the last time I checked, it's March 8th when schools are going back. My daughter's going back to school on Monday. He's given us a date of April 12th when I can go back to the gym. Thank you for that. He's given us a date of May 17th when hospitality venues can open, and a couple of the dates behind that of when other things can open. That's not how we rebuild the economy. Those are some dates when people can get back to work. Let me be very clear. These are two different things. One is some dates when you can get back to work. The other is a person in charge that has a proactive view of how we can rebuild our economy from its worst levels in over 300 years. And to do that, we need a business person in charge. We need someone who can innovate. We need someone who likes business, who understands business, and can work with business. I'm talking about someone like me who can empower our hospitality sector to get back to work safely and quickly. I'm talking about someone like me who can get our theaters back. I know John Graham from the Theaters Trust. I want to empower you, John, to get our culture back right away, because that's going to bring people back in the city that are going to support our hospitality venues. I want to encourage people like the Big Bus Company, who I had on my show here, to empower them to get tourists, again, open air buses safely back on this city. I want to empower people in finance to get their workers back in their office safely. I want to empower innovation in the technology sector. I want to pull people back into London. But to do this, we need a mayor that's going to be proactive. And we need someone who can tell the world that London is open for business. And that's going to take a very special type of person. If we get this right, London will be what I'm calling, quote unquote, the center of the world. That means it will lead Europe as a center of excellence. And I think we're going to be primed to become a key force in the world post-COVID. I think this is the greatest opportunity we've ever had as a city. And I know that's hard to believe. We're coming off a very difficult year. I know a lot of people are stressed. A lot of people don't have jobs. A lot of people are struggling with their savings. But I believe if we're proactive here with the right mayor in charge that is pro-business, we can kickstart this economy and honestly take London in a new direction. We're at a fork in the road. That's one option, Brian for mayor. The second option is this: 3 more years of Sadiq Khan. 3 more years of a man who runs and hides. That is your option on May 6th. And if we get this wrong, I think we're looking at some of the toughest austerity measures this city has ever seen under that mayor. I see tax rises even more than what we've already seen. And again, he's already shown his cards. 10% increase in council taxes, increase in congestion charge, extension of congestion charge, extension of the ULEZ zone, LTN charges, all hurting workers and all hurting low-income families. This is your choice right now, Londoners. You can get prosperity or austerity. That's your choice, and it all comes down to who you vote for on May 6th. And again, let me be clear. We cannot tax our way out of this problem. That's what the current mayor is trying to sell you. We need to be proactive. We need to support people specifically in places like hospitality and culture. And that's why I propose this. Post-lockdown, which should be around mid or the end of May, that we have a congestion charge holiday. Congestion charge down to 0 until the end of 2021. Also, I want a business rates holiday down to 0 till the end of 2021. This will increase footfall and traffic flow into the center of London and get as many people in this city as possible to rebuild our businesses that are hanging by a thread as we speak. This is a pro-business move. If we do this right, we will have plenty of tax revenues later because we have kickstarted business. But one thing you can't do, as my grandma used to say, is, I think she said, squeeze blood from a turnip. If there is no economy, how can you tax nothing? How can you tax nothing? And that's what the mayor is trying to do. He's trying to impose taxes that are actually going to kill off any chances of recovery.